Hi, DIY marketers, Ivana Taylor with our tip of the day. Got a special guest with me today, one of my favorite friends, Mike Michalowicz.
Hey, Ivana, how are you?
He is known as the TPE Toilet Paper Entrepreneur. Reviewed his book a couple years ago. It was awesome, but he has more exciting things going on aside from toilet papering. So, yeah. Mike, welcome. Tell us what you got going on.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. So, the Toilet Paper Entrepreneur, my book, it was very successful, knock on wood, a lot due to the marketing behind it. And it wasn't just the traditional marketing. We did a lot of behavioral stuff. And over time, more and more clients have come on board and said, can you do this behavioral stuff for me? So what I wanted to show you today was behavioral web design. It's not typical web design, but it's using people's behavior and what they like to do and capturing that to get them to do what you want them to do. So what I'm going to try to do is a little experiment live here. I want to see if I can throw you to my other screen. So let's see. Can you see it? Can you see
my... see it.
Okay.
I see it.
You're looking at my website. Can you see my mouse here moving around?
Yes, I do.
This is my current website, and it wasn't under behavioral design. I simply said, what do I like? But what we found over time is we did some testing on the site and found some things are very important. People love to see faces if you're a personal brand, so my face is important. The toilet paper roll up here that has all the different news segments and stuff I was featured on is big. The capture has gotten a lot of email subscribers. Well, based upon this, we did a behavioral design, and we've been monitoring now people's use of where things should go on the screen and how they should be designed to maximize what I want, which is people filling out this box and signing up for my newsletter, and maximize what they want, which is trust with the face and stuff they seen in the past that they can trust. And here's the new design. Did that pop up?
It's getting there. I can't wait. Wow, look at that.
Okay, so look at this, and now I'm going to tell you how this is happening. And this is something I think you can take home and you do with your own website. Most people, English readers, read in a Z-like pattern, or at least scan a site, so they'll come across the top. So lesson number one I learned in behavioral design is a very thin header up here. So your brand name should be in the top left, but it should be a thin section. The navigation, of course, is right there. The first action point is the top right. So here we have chipped away bathroom tile, and it's a call to action, become a TPE, which is action email capture. Then people come down to a bottom left when they're scanning a site. Now, the thing is, they want to see your face, hence my face is there, but also they follow physical cues. There's a reason I'm pointing my finger this way. It points you to the book. There's a reason the book is slanted this way. It points you to the start here action, and this is where the biggest call to action should be on everyone's website, which is bottom right to center right, and that's where this call to action is. We are testing little things like even my ring there, that I am married and I do wear a silver ring like that, but it's a fake ring and it's removable. And half the people coming to my site are seeing a picture with me wearing my ring. The other half, I'm not wearing my ring. And we're measuring how many people are signing up when I don't have a ring versus do have a ring. And with behavioral design, and of course I have the toilet paper. This was very important in our last site, so we employed it down here. So with behavioral design, there's basically a few things. You monitor what you've done in the past, and you look at it. You can do it all through Google Analytics and see what's worked for you. Then you design a new site based upon the best practices, which is the Z pattern and some of the elements I told you. Then the final thing is you can lay over free software. It's called Web Optimizer. It comes from Google. Google makes a Web Optimizer, and it starts monitoring and changing certain things. So that little element with my ring there, Google Web Optimizer is changing my ring back and forth, and it's going to tell me what performs better. When I wear a ring, do more people sign up, or when I don't wear a ring, do more people sign up? And
okay, gotta know. Where is it at so far? Do you know?
Well, this website is just coming online in the new year, so you actually may have it displayed on in your interview before it's actually live. This thing you see is going live end of January, early February. By March or April, I'm going to know should I be wearing a ring or not. Now, the amazing thing is that this plays more than just on the website, but this teaches me how I should be behaving on the outside. If my consumers, and a ring is trivial potentially, but if my consumer responds to me when I'm wearing my ring, I wear my ring most of the time, but sometimes I don't. I better make sure I'm wearing my ring the most. But more importantly, my attire. Do they like a button-down shirt or do they like a suit? I can start testing out all these different elements of how I dress online and perceive online and make sure that plays out in the real world too.
That is amazing. So if my readers want to get more information, where should we go? Well, we know we should go to tpentrepreneur.com. We got
it's definitely the best place to go is toiletpaperentrepreneur.com. It's all about entrepreneurship. If you're really into the behavioral stuff and want to check it out more yourself, just do some research on Google. My company, the company behind me that I've developed called Obsidian Launch, this is what we do. So if you're interested in that, by all means, check out obsidianlaunch.com too, and you can learn more about it there.
Well, I'm going to be watching you. That is so interesting. I'm all about the behavior. That neuromarketing is a really, really big deal. And so the more we learn, the bigger deal it becomes.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing is it used to simply be your brand, exploit your brand, and that was an internal discussion. The web has changed so much now that you can envision what your brand is, and now you can let it play out in the web, and you can really test it with real customers, and the customers, not verbally, but by their actions, will be telling you what your brand should be.
And you know what else I love about what you're talking about is everything that you've talked about is available for free or at very limited cost.
Yep.
I love that. I love that. Now, the only thing you might want to do, and do tell us this, did you get some help in learning how to use Google Analyzer or the analytics?
The reporting is very easy, and I can do that. So I go and reading the reports is fine. The putting the code bits and stuff on the website is much more complicated. Now, Obsidian Launch, that's what my company does. We do that. So I just have my guy Jeremy sits right over there. Jeremy puts all the code in for us. So that's a no-brainer. But to do that on your own, I would suggest don't do it with your live site. If you want to do it on your own, experiment first with a sample site that you're playing around with. Make sure it works well, and then do it with your live real site.
Super. That is a great tip. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Thank you, Eva. I'll see you later.
Take care.